Okay, good evening. We are going to finish Proverbs chapter 1 and jump into chapter 2 because today is April 2nd. So, left off at Wisdom's Rebuke, verse 20. Out in the open, wisdom calls aloud. She raises her voice in the public square. On top of the wall, she cries out. At the city gate, she makes her speech. How long will you, who are simple, love your simple ways? How long will mockers delight in mockery, and fools hate my knowledge? And fools hate knowledge. Repent at my rebuke. Then I will pour out my thoughts to you. I will make known to you my teachings. But since you refuse to listen when I call, and no one pays attention when I stretch out my hand, since you disregard all my advice and do not accept my rebuke, I in turn will laugh when disaster strikes you. I will mock when calamity overtakes you. When calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster sweeps over you like a whirlwind, when distress and trouble overwhelm you. Then they will call to me, but I will not answer. They will look for me, but will not find me, since they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord, since they would not accept my advice and spurn my rebuke. They will eat the fruit of their ways and be filled with the fruit of their schemes. For the waywardness of the simple will kill them, and the complacency of fools will destroy them. But whoever listens to me will live in safety and be at ease without fear of harm. So what sticks out here? So the first part, we had the warning about just who we surround ourselves with, right? And just to kind of be cautious. And then now wisdom is calling out and saying, change your ways, repent, right? And wisdom will pour out. But if we're not open to knowledge, if we're not open to consuming the wisdom, then sometimes I think that's where it talks about disaster and distress. And then there at the end, where it talks about they will eat the fruit of their ways, consequences, right? Consequences are going to happen, we just can't stay stagnant. And these things are going to happen when we're not willing to find knowledge or find the wisdom or seek the wisdom. Fear the Lord, it said. Okay, so chapter 2, moral benefits of wisdom. My son, if you accept my words, takes action on our part, right? And store up my commands within you, turning your ear to wisdom and applying your heart to understanding. Indeed, if you call out for insight and cry aloud for understanding, and if you look for it as for silver and search for it as for hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. So if it's valuable, which it is, wisdom, turning your ear, applying your heart to understanding, if you call out for insight, cry aloud for understanding, look for it as for silver. So look for it like it's worth something, right? Which it is. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. He holds success in store for the upright. He is a shield to those whose walk is blameless, for he guards the course of the just and protects the way of his faithful ones. Then you will understand what is right and just and fair, every good path. For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will protect you, and understanding will guard you. Wisdom will save you from the ways of wicked men, from men whose words are perverse. who have left the straight paths to walk in dark ways, who delight in doing wrong and rejoice in the perverseness of evil, whose paths are crooked and who are devious in their ways. Wisdom will save you from all the adulterous women. Wisdom will save you also from the adulterous woman, from the wayward woman and her seductive words, who has left the partner of her youth and ignored the covenant she made before God. Surely her house leads down to death, and her path to the spirits of the dead. None who go to her return or attain the paths of life. Thus you will walk in the ways of the good and keep to the paths of the righteous. For the upright will live in the land, and the blameless will remain in it. But the wicked will be cut off from the land, and the unfaithful torn from it. So, what does this say here? God holds success in store for the upright. So if we're upright and we are walking with Him, we can't be blameless because we're all with sin, but we can be walking with Him and be close to Him. And He guards the course of the just and protects the way of His faithful ones. And that really stood out to me, just to you look at kind of what the consequences are, like when you don't. He really portrays like, okay, do this, but if you don't do this, this is kind of what you're looking at. And yeah, so I don't have as many things marked in chapter 2, but just some things to meditate on. And yeah, so have a good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.